Okay, so Suncoast is on Hulu. Um, it first premiered last month at the Sundance Film Festival, and this is honestly a really hard film to think. Well, it was really hard to like pinpoint how I felt about it. All I can say was that I felt very mixed on Suncoast. On the one hand, it's got some really neat performances and a nice kind of area, but there are just some things that really brought the film down. So what did? This is so cool. This is so cool. Sorry, I got distracted. Okay. I want to start with the cast. Nico Parker as Doris was actually really good. She definitely embodied that awkward, or like socially awkward, personality. Like some of the dialogue did kind of like give me secondhand embarrassment, but only because like I've kind of been through some of this, so I'm like I know how this felt. But she really did a great job with this, and I'm really excited to see what she's going to bring in the live action How to Train Your Dragon. That's gonna be really good. Woody Harrelson was also really good as Paul. I wouldn't say he was as good as Nico Parker, but still gave off a pretty nice performance. The other ones definitely kind of have that early 2000s, like, oh my gosh, personality. Cinematography is kind of nice, even if there are some shots that could have been framed a bit better. Song choices were also handled really well. But yeah, let's get into the stuff that just didn't seem to work with me. The mother. I get like it's the whole point of her character. She's dealing with all this, but I just found her to be so unpleasant. And it's just like I don't know. Like yes, she does kind of come around the end and treats Doris a bit better. Like she wants to like do it, but I don't know. Up until then, I just had a hard time really connecting with this character, and it's just, like what kind of, like honestly, like I just, you know what? If I was Doris, I would have just been out the door like after, like if my mother would have given me a bird. So yeah, I wouldn't fuck with that. This film also just felt a bit really disjointed. How it's just like constantly going from like different ways, and I feel like I don't know. It's really hard for me to describe, but something about this, the structure, pacing just didn't work for me. Like, though I can tell you I was really happy when Doris finally stood up and just like called her mom out for lying. Like that I really did like. But this movie also just felt longer than it needed to be. So I don't know on if you should see it. I mean, if you just want to see it for your like own curiosity, or if you're really excited to see it, then yeah, go ahead. I'm not gonna stop you. But I do know that this definitely could have just been used a bit of improving, and of all the, aside from like Following, this is the one film I've watched that just completely screams directorial debut. Because like you could tell there are some like some things kind of go on a bit too long. Just it really did feel like this was the director's first time, which she didn't make. She didn't make a terrible movie, but I do hope like she makes more. I want to see her get better. That's what I want to see with a lot of first time filmmakers. Like sometimes you'll be perfect with your debut, but sometimes you just have to grow.